Hello, and thanks for watching another episode of Arfcom News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. Today I want to remind you to check in on your friendly local Fed boy. He might not be doing so well these days. F-Troop has been on a constant losing streak for the last couple of years, and they just got handed another massive L.
Le who? The her.
The Fifth Circuit just rejected their appeal for a stay on the forced reset triggers injunction, and that means they won't be able to throw people in cages for having an FRT. You know they're pretty sad about that. This is just the latest in a string of losses the ATF has suffered in the case being brought against them by the NAGR. It once again indicates the ATF is likely to lose on the merits of the case when it goes to trial, and the court minced no words in saying so. Defendants argued that they will suffer irreparable harm because the injunction will make it harder for them to seize FRTs. But this assumes, wrongly in our view, that FRTs are illegal. We have every reason to believe the AFT will lose their appeal as well. But if you want to own your own forced reset trigger, you need to be a member of NAGR or Texas Gun Rights in order to be protected from the Fed boys. That's because the injunction applies to the named plaintiffs and their members. Even if you don't have any plans of buying a forced reset trigger, though, I urge you to donate because it's the right thing to do. Besides, we both know you were just going to spend that money on overpriced die-cut grip tape stickers for your PMags. But it would be impossible for us to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors, so let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Springfield Armory. Through the end of December, you can get 3 additional magazines and a range bag with select handgun purchases.
New for 2023 is the Springfield Echelon. The striker-fired polymer frame pistol features Springfield's new variable interface system for mounting multiple optic footprints and the serialized cog fire control for inserting into multiple frames. Find out more at springfield-armory.com.
And by Vault Pro, proudly manufacturing the finest American-made safes, vault doors, safe rooms, and storm shelters. When you buy from Vault Pro, your safety, security, and privacy is their only priority. And by Primary Weapon Systems, PWS is now offering their advanced BDE suppressors in 4 caliber options: 7.62, 9mm, 22, and 5.56. These suppressors offer revolutionary sound control, all while remaining lightweight and tough. Easy to clean, easy to install, easy to maintain, these suppressors will make shooting even better than it was before. Well, the control freaks are frantically pushing the absolute most draconian gun bill since the 34 NFA, even though Chucky Schumer's attempt at a unanimous consent vote for the late Senator Feinstein's Salty Boy ban predictably failed. Schumer brought it up for a voice vote on Wednesday, and not one single person was surprised that it didn't pass. All it needed was a single senator to object, and Senator John Barrasso obliged.
Is there objection?
I object.
I'm your huckleberry.
That empty posturing didn't really cost Schumer anything, but it's hard to see why even his supporters would give him credit for such an empty gesture.
But wait! There's more!
But Chucky's bill is hardly the only one up for consideration. The deceptively named Gas-Operated Semi-Automatic Firearms Exclusion, or GOSAFE Act, would ban all semi-auto rifles and handguns with detachable magazines in any caliber other than .22. Before reading the text of this bill, I looked at this insanely stupid flowchart designed by a crack-addled unpaid staffer. Is the firearm gas-operated? Yes. Is it recoil-operated? I just said it wasn't. I've never been ignored by a graphic before. I'm not really sure how to feel about it. In any case, the promotional materials circulated by the civilian disarmament industrial complex are disingenuous and misleading. The text of the bill is what matters, and it's real bad. Folks, I know you get a lot of "the sky is falling" reports from other channels, but I try not to do that here. I will tell you straight up when I think something is destined to die in committee. I gotta say, this one is a little harder to call. It is indeed ridiculous, but in the current environment, it might have some legs in the Senate. It will, of course, be harder to get through the House, but we shouldn't let it get that far. Please take the time to call 202-214-3121 right now and tell your senators not to vote for it. Don't bother with reasons. They don't care. Just tell the staffer you are a constituent and you oppose the GOSAFE Act. Then call up somebody else's senator and tell them the same thing. And Elizabeth Warren has reintroduced her own ban everything bill in the Senate. Again, being a Native American, you would expect Warren to be wary of any plans to confiscate arms from the people and trust the government, but the lady keeps introducing this bill every year, and she managed to get it introduced in the House by her pal Hank Johnson.
Willie. Yeah. What's that? Well, it looks like a giant Johnson.
If passed, Warren's Gun Violence Prevention and Community Safety Act, also known by the catchy acronym GVPSA, would ban salty boys, bumpy boys, standard capacity magazines, homemade guns, prohibit 18 to 20-year-olds from buying guns, impose a 7-day waiting period, require a federal gun license, create a national gun registry, and, of course, it includes a nationwide red flag law.
What do you want?
I don't know.
My soul or something?
It's basically everything the control freaks have always wanted. So fire up the phones and call 202-214-3121 for this one too. That number is the Capitol switchboard, and from it you can reach any senator or representative. Call as many as you can. Tell them you oppose all attempts at gun control. With these relentless attacks on our rights, it is easy to get discouraged, but please don't. Because we've been absolutely slaying it in the courts. Even if the control freaks do pass something, the lawsuit printers at FPC, GOA, and SAF go brrr. And bills like this will last as long as a fart in a tornado. Just last week, the Federal District Court for Northern Virginia ruled that 18 to 20-year-olds have the right to purchase handguns, and the ATF is not allowed to enforce statutes prohibiting younger adults from buying pistols. There is no path to victory for the control freaks, but don't let that make you complacent, friends. And now for your moment of zen.
I'm vanilla, baby. Choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. She 28 telling me I'm still a baby.
Hey friends, do you like pews and other pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you pure, uncut American pew propaganda at the low price of $3.99? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.